important. So when we were creating this function, this is table valued function yesterday, and we have written the good code here. It was very pretty fine, and when we run it, it shows us this error, and this error is because of this parenthesis. And I was, when I saw it like this, even it was there somewhere, it was there, uh, maybe around 25 or 26 line number, but we were not able to see it fully, so we were just looking this code, and it was fine, and still it was showing error. So I was surprised that why it's showing error. Post the session, suddenly, I just scrolled down and I saw, okay, there was something which we were we forgot to remove. So now if you remove it, there is no any error, right? So code was good, yeah, it's just working. Code was good. It is just, the error was from because of that single parenthesis which we forgot to remove from there. Correct? Nitesh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So that was the error. Now how you can use it? You can directly use it, something like, select star from schema dot function name. So it will return the whole table, right? Something like, if I just write here, let me just write there, sales pact dot fn. Oh, sorry, I just forgot to type the from there. It should show me. Let me just have this. Just grab from there. Okay, but it's a function, so let's try to make like this. Yeah. Now can you see? This is what we wanted to show, right, from the function. So function is working fine. That's why we have used it. If I remove it, let's see if it works or not. It will not work. Why? Because this is a function, right? And function always start and end with the parenthesis. Yeah. So you have to use this. And why we have designed this function? So that we can use the same logic again and again. Correct? So you have seen that how we can create the store procedures, how we can create the views, how we can create the functions. You can go back to the yesterday recording and watch it. If you still find any issue or any struggle somewhere to understand, just let me know. Yeah, I will explain it. So now we are moving towards the Power BI. Before we move to the Power BI, is there any question from anyone? No question? Okay. So during the last few sessions, we have built entire Microsoft Fabric data platform. We started, if you remember, I'm just recapping that, right? So we started from a CSV file. We have created the lake house, where we have created the source lake house. We have created the destination lake house. Then inside the destination lake house, we have created the folders, and also in the source lake house, we have created the folders. Inside the source lake house, we have uploaded the CSV file. And then inside the destination lake house, we have created the shortcut. Once this shortcut was there, then we worked on the notebook, and we have created the bronze layer with the help of the Spark engine, and then we created the silver layer. Bronze layer is just a replica of your raw data, so we have not performed any of the transformation there. It is just a copy. And then in the silver layer we have performed few of the transformations. Now from silver to gold we have performed some aggregation there. Then we had created a gold layer. Inside the gold layer we had the gold table there. Then we went back to the data warehouse. We have created the tables there, and we have created the pipeline to move the data from lakehouse to the warehouse. Post that, we have created the views there, and then store procedures, and then functions. Also, we have created the star schema. So all those things we have done in the previous session. Now, what we have done till now? As a data engineer, we have created a final business user ready data, right? Now, the next step is to create the insight from the data. So if I just show you here, we have sales table, we have product, dim date, dim customer. Yeah. So we have all these tables. So if you go to the sales table, I can just show you something. So, okay, sorry. So if you see in the sales table, we have order number, order date, product code, customer ID. So it is a sales fact data where we do not have the dimensions data. It is just having the keys, yeah, and then we have other dimension tables. Those need to be joined with the fact tables to pull the all the dimension details. Correct, guys? Till now it is clear, right? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So now, just give me a moment. Okay. So where we are in the fabric journey, yeah, we move from lake house to warehouse. I'm just saying from the top of the view, and then now moving towards the Power BI to generate the insights. If you think back to our previous classes or sessions, we already completed first two stage, yeah, and that is lake house and then warehouse. Correct? Today we are standing at the final step of the fabric journey, and that is Power BI, right? So Power BI, where business users interact with the data and they make the decisions from there. Correct? So it is an insight, right? It's just insight. Okay. A simple question for you. Can, let's say example of general manager or director or CEO, can any one of them read bronze tables? Yes or no? Guys, yes or no? Don't think deeply. You don't have to think deeply. Okay, if that person has enough knowledge and has access to the workspace, he can go back to the lake house and read it. No, not like that. No, working as an CEO or working as an
No. Like,
director or general manager, this is not their responsibilities or their profile, right?
yeah.
To go back to the raw data and see it. Correct? Even
Yes.
they do not have such time. Yeah. I remembered those days when when I was working with SCL technology, and the project was Nokia, and the director of that project, he did not have enough time to even open the report and see it. The name was Atul Kumar, and he was, very much busy day and night. He asked me to give me the alert on my email every hour or every 2 hours with the current situation. So you can understand that business users do not have enough time to go back to your report or data to understand it or to see it, right? Even managers can do it. If I say about the managers, they have this much of time. They can open your report, they can create their deck from there, yeah, for the business review. They can do those things. But if I say about the top level management, they do not have such time, right? So you also need to create something so that they can receive the alert or they can receive an email with the snapshot, that is called subscription, at a certain time. So they just go back to their email because they are working on the emails, whole the day. So they can just see the current situation on the email. They do not have the time to go back and open the Power BI service, log in there and open the report, find the report and then open the report. Okay. So now in today's session, yeah, or you can say that today's session is not about learning every feature in Power BI. It is about understanding the complete reporting journey, right? So if I say, okay, what do you get, right? So by the end of this, class, you will be understanding how Power BI fits into Fabric, how it is connected with the data, what a semantic model is, why DAX is important, how reports are designed, and how reports are published to the Power BI services. So you know that there is a workspace where you are working in the Fabric. So generally, when you are working with that industry, they will be having three different workspace at least. Yeah, I'm not saying that they will have only those three. They can have more as per the domains. But if I say the architecture, they should have the very first workspace, that is development. So we say dev workspace, where you will work and you will create the reports and you will push the reports in the dev until unless it is ready with the QA. QA means quality analysis. So once you design the report, you push it to the development environment, or you can say the dev workspace, and there a quality analyst who is performing the quality analysis, maybe your manager or maybe somewhere else, somebody else, who maybe your colleague or whosoever has this responsibility to perform the quality analysis, that person will perform a quality analysis on your report, that whatever was asked and you have designed the report in the same way. So that means your report is fulfilling, I can say, whatever, right, the requirement of the customer. Yeah. And once it is done, then your report will move to the testing. So there is another workspace called test workspace. There customer will perform their testing. So that process called UAT, user acceptance, right? So now customer will test your report and see if there is any chance or any area where you need to improve, or maybe sometimes they are missing something, probably in the initial stage when there was a discussion about the requirement, they forgot to mention that requirement. So they will come back again and say, okay, this is missing there, or this is has to be implemented, this has to be added. While you are working in the testing environment and they are performing the UAT, you will work and improvise it, and again they will perform the UAT. Once that UAT is passed and they sign off, okay, the report looks fine for me and it's serving all the requirement. Now you have to move your report from the test environment to the production. And then there is another workspace that is called prod. So we have dev, we have test, we have prod. So there you will move your report or your dashboard, whatever. Yeah, you will move there, and then you will perform some governance over there. Governance means you have to take care of the RLS. It is not necessary that that report should be visible to everyone in the organization. It depends on the requirement, guys. It is not for each of the report. It depends. You will be told that okay, you should perform a security a layer there. You should create a security layer so this manager cannot see or should not see the data for other managers. So you will perform some security actions there, and then whosoever should have the access on the report, you will grant the access there, and then you will see when this report should be refreshed, maybe hourly or weekly or daily, whatever. You will also configure those things, and before that you also need to configure the gateway as well, right? So gateway is nothing, it's just a connection between the data with the visualization or whatever semantic model you have created. It just be the connection between them, right? So you have to do those things. Once you have done with the refresh, you have to monitor the report maybe 2 or 3 days if this is not getting any error. Generally, when we are creating the scheduled refresh, there is an option that if there is a failure, these recipients should receive an email or alert, right? So we also use this. So whenever there is a failure with the refresh, maybe there is an issue with the data model, or maybe there is issue with the server. Then most of the cases we have the problem with the data model, right? So let's say that there is a column of date, and we have a new where date that is not being converted by the system, or the system is struggling to convert that date into the proper format. So it will generate the error, and it will not refresh the report. So you will get an error email or alert email, and you have to fix it. So those things we have to do with the report. And once the report is properly running, maybe 3 or 4 days back or 10 days, then now you will move to the other asset and working there. You will forget for those report until unless there is any error generated, right? So this way we work, right? So we will be learning those things step by step. Okay. So imagine you are building a restaurant. Just understand, I'm just putting an analogy here. You are building a restaurant. Now let's say that we have yesterday means, let's say till yesterday, what we have done in the fabric, we have built the kitchen, right? And the kitchen contains all the ingredients. That means all the data and the tables there, right? So now customers means the stakeholders, or the managers, or the CEO, general managers, whatever, can they eat ingredients? No, because that is raw, right? So they cannot consume the raw data directly. Someone must cook the food, right, from those ingredients. That means the data analyst or the Power BI developer who will cook the food or who will generate the report. And Power BI is our chef here, who is going to cook all those food. Correct? Yeah? Clear, guys? So Power BI transforms raw data, business data, into reports or insight. that decision makers can understand at a glance, right? So they can just see and understand and take the decision. Clear, guys?
Yes, Harish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now notice something important here, right? So we don't export CSV files. Yeah. We don't move Excel sheets. Everything stays in the fabric, right? So if you remember, we had, just go back to the very first day of the course, right? When you started the fabric, we had a base area that is called one lake, right? Where we had created the lake house and the warehouse. Yeah. Now we are going to create the semantic model. Yeah. So, and that semantic model will be using inside the Power BI. Yeah. So semantic model is nothing. It is just like your model, yeah, which you create and use inside the Power BI. So whenever you publish your report in the Power BI service, you will see there is two things. One is semantic model that actually contains all the details of your raw data and the tables and business logics, and Power BI visualization is connected to that model, right? Clear? So what we have inside the Power BI, yeah, very first thing, that is Power BI desktop. You know it, and maybe you are using it, right, from a many years or many months, right? You're using it, so it's not a new thing for you, right? So this is the place where the developers and analysts, building the reports, correct? Then we have the Power BI service. Now you understand that what is Power BI service, right? Earlier, when Fabric was not there, right? So we had a proper Power BI service, area where we were publishing the reports. Now, in today's environment, we have Fabric where we have the workspaces and we are pushing our reports there, right? So that is called Power BI service. Means cloud, online, right? So desktop is an stand-alone application that will be running in your machine. However, Power BI service is a cloud environment where you will push your report, and your organization or whomsoever you will provide the access to the workspace, they will be able to see the report. Yeah. Okay. Or semantic model, they can access the semantic model as well. So they can utilize the semantic model as well. And so they can use it and create their reports, right? Yeah. So we have Power BI mobile, and we also have report builder. Report builder is similar to the SSRS, not SSIS, SSRS in SQL Server Management Studio. So if you go there, and you will see they're pretty similar, right? So this is actually being used for the paginated report. So paginated report is something where you can create the tables and maybe few of the charts there, line chart or column chart you can use there, or pie chart you can use there. And then these are being created for the printable purpose, right? So let's say that you want to create an invoice, or you want to create a table there with few of the charts, and those can be print. And also the end user can export the raw data. So many of the times it will be required for a raw data availability. So let's say that we have a table that we have finalized. Now that table we will directly use inside the report builder to create the paginated report. So it will be just like the table you are creating, and then that table will be exported in the CSV or in the Excel. So user can easily export the data from there. So most of the cases it is being used for the export purpose, right, or the print purpose. Okay. So now every report you will build, it will follow the same steps. So first you connect with the data, then you will transform the data inside the Power Query if it is needed. If I say about the best practices, it is not recommended to transform the data inside the Power Query. However, people are doing it, right? So there is no any technical error or logical error. It is just like from the best practice point of view. We ignore transforming the data inside the Power Query editor. Why? Because whenever your report will be refreshed, it will again take all the steps, and that will increase the refresh time, and that will consume the capacity. Capacity means the compute power, right? To minimize it, you should transform, or you should try. I'm not saying that 100% transformation you will perform inside the SQL query, but you should try as much as possible to perform the transformation inside the SQL, not inside the Power Query. However, Power Query having the enough capability to perform any transformation, right? We will learn it. Yeah. We also have seen it, right, in the data flow. So data flow is online Power Query editor. Here we have the full Power Query editor, correct? Once your data is transformed, now you will come inside the data model where you will create the model, right? That means, we have different tables, just like you have seen that in the Fabric we had fact table, and then we have the dimension table. Now in the model or in the modeling process, we will be going to join them with the help of the cardinality, right? So we will be having the cardinality there, one to one, one to many, one many to many. So we will, most of the cases we do not recommend, or we try to ignore the many to many, because many to many relationship always create the ambiguity, right? So it will not be understand which column or which rows has to, sorry, not the column, which rows has to be filtered out. Yeah. So try to ignore the many to many relationship. If there is two table, let's say there are two fact tables and those has to be connected, so try to create the bridge table that should have the unique data for the connection column, right? And then connect with both of the table with them. So probably that will ignore many to many relationship. That will be easier way. Now on the fourth step, we will be visualizing our data in the form of charts and the tables and different visuals, card matrix, card and matrix tables. There is a table, there is a matrix table. Yeah, we will be looking those things. Okay, and then we will, once it is done, we will be publishing the report. Once published, then share it with the people, right? Yeah. Clear, guys, till now? Any question? Anyone?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we are moving towards the connection with the data, right? So now the very first step to connect with the data. So you know that, okay, if you need the whole data copy inside your model, right, for for the newly calculated column, you want to create some new columns there, yeah, and you want to see the data also there, then import method is recommended. So if I just say okay, you also need a certain time of refresh, I mean to say you want to schedule your report to refresh at a certain time, then you can use the import method. And in 99% of the report, we are using the import method because we need the data inside the data model to see it and fix it if there is any problem. Yeah, correct. Now on the other side, we have the direct query. Direct query is being used for the huge data. So let's say that in your tables which is residing inside the Fabric or in the database, that table has tons of the data. Yeah, and you have created a logic to pull that data with many of the joins and many of the where clauses, where conditions. So what will happen in the import method? It will take much time to evaluate the data and then process it, and that will consume your capacity, right? Yeah? And that capacity is being shared by other people in the organization. So probably their report or other report will be slow because of you are using the most of the part of the capacity. Yeah? So their import method is not recommended because you have a huge data and it is creating a live connection, right? So always it will be refreshed whenever you open the report, or the report will be used by someone. It just refresh at the moment, right? So you don't have to schedule any refresh on that. It will be refreshed automatically. Just like in paginated report. Whenever you open the paginated report, it refresh or refresh automatically. Yeah. But here, because you have a huge visualization, many visualization, I can say many pages can be there. I have created a report that actually had more than 37 pages, right? Around, I think, 42, 43 pages, right? So now in that scenario, if the data is too huge and my logic is also complex, yeah, so it will take much time to evaluate the data and then pull the data inside the data model. Yeah. And then the visualization will take time to refresh. So your report will be pretty much slow. So in that case, direct query is recommended. Yeah. However, direct query has one drawback that I can see is that you will not be able to see your data inside data model. You will be able to see the tables, but not be able to see the data in the data model. So you will not be able to create any calculated column on that. You can create the measures. We will be understanding difference between the measures and the calculated column. But you will not be able to create the column on that, and maybe that is required for your logic or for the requirement to fulfill the requirement, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the other way around is the direct link. Direct link is Microsoft's biggest innovation in Power BI, or you can say in the Fabric, right? So okay, before Fabric, database, then copy, then Power BI. Now one link, then directly Power BI, no extra copy. Yeah, so that is called direct link. So you can directly go back to the lakehouse and connect with your Power BI report, right? So it is a faster, but that is not recommended. Yeah, it's a direct query method. It's not another than method. It just we say direct link, but it's faster because of we are directly connecting with the gold tables, right? Okay. So import like speed you will see, and it will be live connection, just like a direct query. Yeah, and more efficient. But again, all these three connections type have their benefits and their drawbacks. Just like in direct query, you won't be able to see the data, so you won't be able to create the column on the data. And in the direct lake, if I say, sorry, in the direct lake connection, again, it is, if you are using the direct query, you will not be able to see the data. Import, like, speed, it has, but there is a problem, right? So you are directly using the data from the one lake. Yeah, you're just directly reading from there, from the one lake, right? So it is recommended for the Fabric. Just understand, when you are working inside the Fabric, that is recommended. But if you are working inside the Power BI desktop, then somewhere you are using the direct data from the lake house. So that is not recommended actually. Yeah. Okay.
So Harish,
Yeah.
so Harish, most of the time we are work on import and direct query only.
Yes. In 99% cases, you will work directly. Let's say, okay, we have 90% import method and 10% direct query.
Okay.
Yeah.
And live connections are not necessary. Like,
See, it depends. Again, I will say if you have something that has a huge data and it
okay,
will take much time and you do not need any further, I can say column creation. Yeah, inside the
yeah,
data model, you do not need to see the data. You know that whatever query you have written to pull the data from the database, that is enough. And I just need the column name to pull inside the visualization, right?
yeah,
You do not bother about that what is data inside, right? So you just need all the columns and you know how to create the visualization on those columns and how to apply the filters on those, right? You generally, whenever you need the data inside the model, right, then you need to use the import method. But if you do not need the data and you have the huge data to process it, then direct query is recommended.
yeah.
Okay, any other question?
So I have
Mm,
a confusion regarding the direct query or live connections. There is a third option called live connections.
Yeah, that is called direct link, right? Yeah, yeah.
No, maybe I'm hearing it first time directly, but there is like import direct query, live
Yes,
connection, composite
live
model.
connection. Live connection is, see, there we say live connection, here we say direct link, right? So live connection is the live connection to the database directly,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that is directly. But understand that you are creating a live connection there, right? So probably what will happen there, I will say again, there is a benefit and the drawback also. Yeah, correct.
yes, sir.
So whenever you are, creating the live connection, what will happen? It will directly connect with the database. Yeah. Okay. Just uh, let me just say one thing, right, for you. I'm just, creating an environment, right? Just understand. Imagine you want to watch a live cricket match. We're just discussing, right? Just understand. Okay. Then we will try to conclude it. Okay. Do you download the entire match to your laptop first or desktop, whatever you are using, right? Or you are just watching it?
We are just watching it.
Yeah. So you simply connect to the TV channel or the OTT platform, whatever, right? You are watching, right? And watch whatever is happening there. Yeah. And that is live, right? So a live connection works the same way. Power BI does not store a copy of the data, right? You know that, right? Yeah. Does Power BI store the data? Hitesh?
No,
Sir,
sir.
Yeah. Power BI does not have any storage. If you see Power BI desktop or whatever, it does not have any storage. It does not store any data. If you think that okay, Power BI is storing the data inside the data model, it is not actually, right? Instead, it directly querying the data source whenever the report is used. Same way, direct query, right? Yeah. So Power BI desktop live connection connected to the semantic model, and that is connected to the database. Yeah. So if I say about the simple definition, right? A live connection means Power BI does not import or copy the data. So you can also think about the direct query right here. It connects directly to an existing semantic model or analysis services, just like SSAS, right? Model and querying it in the real time. So if I just say, just take an example, right? That you have created a semantic model, right? And that semantic model can be using the direct query or the import method, whatever, and that is being refreshed on every hour or every day or every week, right? Whatever is business requirement. Now you have connected with that semantic model That semantic model is different, right? Your Power BI report is different. Now your Power BI report is connected with that semantic model. So that is live connection. Is that okay? I'm sorry. Maybe I have confused you somewhere.
It's okay, Harish, but I have a little bit confusion about when we import the data in Power BI,
Mhm.
what it means. Data comes in the Power BI memory, or what happens?
It just come inside the inside the memory a copy of the data.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
In the scenario of import mode.
import method.
Okay. So in the import mode, Power BI fetch the data in Power BI memory.
Yes,
Okay, understand. It's clear now.
Nitesh.
Yes.
And also when we use the direct query, the two option was disable, which are like data and modeling in
Yes.
the main page.
Oh, give me a moment. Yeah, Nitesh.
No, sir, I don't have any doubt.
Sorry. Come on. Okay, so hey, what happened? My pen is not working.
Harish,
Yep.
actually, I know one thing, but I have silly thoughts about it, like what is the dashboard and what is the report?
Okay.
Like I know, but sometimes I have doubts
Don't worry.
on this question.
Nitesh, can you see here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is called live connection.
Okay.
Warehouse.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry if I have told you something incorrect.
But I have a question that as I read that during the live connection we can only connect it to the Azure connection, like we don't can't connect to the SQL, something like that. Am I right?
Azure connection means you want to say that you have Azure SQL database?
No, no, no. While preparation for the interview, I read that like import more direct query, like we can both connect to the SQL, any database, but for particular for the live connection, we can connect only to the Azure connections. Is it
like
right? Is it right?
cloud connection. Cloud.
Cloud connection.
Yes, yes. That is correct. So see, semantic model is where? Semantic model is residing where? In the cloud.
Yeah.
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 So you connect with the semantic model. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So here what is happening? In the warehouse you have the data, and from there you are connected your semantic model, and that is connected with the Power BI report.
Okay.
If I say about the difference between the import and the live connection, so in import method, database, you are taking the copy of the database, right? So from the database, so you are creating a query, and that is pulling the data from the database or
So
the tables, and then you are
basically,
using that Power BI.
yeah,
Sorry.
in import mode, basically we have a full control over the data. We can.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Exactly. So if I say about the advantage of the import method, that is a very fast, but I can say for the small data, right? If I say we have, let's say, 50 millions of the record, then it will be very, it will, if you're pulling all the data inside the Power BI, maybe that will also crash your license as well, right? So because it's not, I can say it depends how many columns are there and how much data you're pulling from there, right?
Yeah.
So if you use huge data, then import method will be slow. It will not be faster. But yes, for most of the cases, I can say in my area also, 90% of the cases you're using the import method, right? Only where we have a huge table, we have a huge data, and there is a complex query written, we're using the direct query. But there is also a problem that every time direct query refreshes, whenever you open the report, it refreshes the data, right? So it takes time to refresh the visualization as well. In the import, it is faster because data is already there in the same no, the copy of the data is already there. It is just refreshing the visual, right? So full text capabilities, the very first thing, you have the faster report, then you have the full text capabilities, yeah. And it also works offline, correct? So you just say, okay, you have downloaded the report, the Power BI report, and you just want to see on the report what are the major uses, or you want to do some improvement there, then import method is good because it has the copy of the data there, correct? Yeah. Now disadvantage of the import method is it needs scheduled refresh, otherwise it will not be updated with the live data, or I mean to say the updated data, right? So latest data will not be there until unless you will refresh it. Yeah, correct question.
Yes.
Yeah. Now in the live connection, we do not store any data, or any copy of the data. It is just a live connection. So it will be the benefit if I'll say always current data. Again, the base concept, that is single source of truth. So you are using only, there is a copy, there is only one source of the data that is residing inside the fabric or the cloud. We're just using it. Yeah. Yeah. And also because of the data model is very light, so it is very small, I can say, size of the file, right? So your Power BI report will be very light, right? So okay, so can we say generally when we create the connection, right? So if I say about the import, it takes the copy of the data, right? Yeah, however it does not store it, it takes the copy of the data, like direct query, no. Live connection, no. And also direct link, no. So we have fourth option, that is live connection, right? Here we are also discussing those things. Now if I say about the latest data, so import method, until unless you refresh it, it will not have the latest data. Direct query, yes. Live connection, yes. Direct click, yes. Getting point? Now other thing, the refresh. So in import you need the scheduled refresh, in other you do not. Now when you query the data, it goes to the model. In import method it goes to the model because inside the model you have the copy of the data, and in direct query goes to the database. In live connection goes to the existing semantic model, and direct lake goes to directly in the one lake. So if I say about the performance, we compare about the performance of the report, the import method and the direct lake both are very much faster. Then on, so if I rank them, so the very first rank will be given to the import and the direct link, if we are discussing about the performance. Then the second will be live connection, and then third will be direct query. Okay, now when if we are discussing about the live connection, just understand, when do you use the live connection, or when should you use the live connection? Yeah. So when multiple reports should be using the same semantic model. I mean to say, you have placed a semantic model there, and multiple reports has to use the same semantic model. You also want to centralize your business logics there. That means, let's say that, okay, I have also done it. uh, I had created a semantic model for operational data, and there are certain business logic implemented. I want all the users to use the same logic, so they do not, I do not want them to create the logic from their self. Why? Because maybe person A is creating the logic as per their understanding, and person B is creating the logic as per their understanding. What will happen? Maybe there is a gap between the logics. So I have centralized the semantic model, and I have created a logic there, and then all the people or the users are using the same logic, same semantic model. So centralization of the business logic, the second part. And the third, because you have already created the measures inside the semantic model, so you can directly use them, right? And you do not want to people create a duplicate copy of the same semantic model, right? Clear, guys? Any question?
No, it's clear.
Yeah,
Yes.
clear. Okay. So we have enough discussion about the direct link as well. So if you see, okay, so guys, there was a question by someone that what is the delta packet format. So I can just tell you, okay, wherever your data is being saved inside the lake house, right, or inside the one lake, right, it's saved in the format of delta or packet format, right? So packet format is something, a format that is actually, I can say, that actually adding a log there, right? So whenever you do something with that data, it recorded the log there, and that is the benefit of the Parquet format. I cannot show you here Parquet format because that is something which machine can understand. Yeah? I can just make you understand that the difference between the Parquet format, right? Yeah.
Okay,
So
Harish.
you can just understand that Parquet format is the format of the file which actually associate a log there with the file itself. Yeah, you don't have to maintain the log of the files metadata or files in a separate format, right? It is just associated with the file itself. Clear?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now Power Query, right? You know the Power Query. You are using the Power Query, right? I'm not reading all the things here. Just understand that many of the transformation we perform in the Power Query, like filtering the rows, fixing the data type, uh, merging the tables, appending the data, removing the null values, removing the unnecessary columns from there. So there are many transformations. We will see those things. We are also grouping the data there, creating the additional columns there, conditional columns there, right? Yeah, you know it, right, guys?
Yeah.
So if I say about the, I've also mentioned the golden rule there. So if I say about the golden rule, clean in the Power BI, sorry, Power Query editor, and then calculate in the DAX, right? And also remember, guys, one thing I wanted to make you understand. There are two things. One is DAX, and second one is MDAX, right? So MDAX is used in the Power Query, and DAX is used in the Power BI desktop. So there is a language called M language that is being used in the Power Query. So if you do something in the Power Query, it record the steps. And if you see that steps, the coding of that step, that is called M language, right? So it is being recorded in the M language. Okay. So semantic model, right? So think of semantic model just like the brain of the Power BI, right? Or any report icons, right? So it contains tables, relationships, measures, and formatting. Yeah. If you build the semantic model correctly, every report built on top of it benefits automatically, right? So it depends how you create the semantic model. So modeling is important because you are creating the relationship between the tables. Yeah. So first thing, your table should be normalized. Second thing, your relationship should be correct. Yeah. Third thing, then you can create the different measures and the calculated column. Yeah. And how you are using it inside the Power BI while creating the insight. All those things actually will be helping and now enhancing the report performance. Yeah. So you know it already, and you also know the star schema. I have already told you that what is the star schema. So in the center you will always having the fact table, and you know the fact table what is that. Yeah. And all the dimension tables are connected with the fact table. It is not the way you no, I cannot say when you are getting your model in the Power BI, it should be looking in the same way. It can be anywhere, but the thing is that your fact table should be connected with the dimension table, and the relation should the cardinality should be like one here on I can just show you here. Just give me a moment. So here it should be always like here one and here many, right? And your direction of the data should be like this. Like this. Because in the fact you will always have the many data. Am I correct, guys?
Yes, Harish.
Yeah. So it should look like this, right? Or work like this. Okay.
Harish,
Yep.
can you move to previous slide, please? One more. Uh, Previous. This semantic model. Yeah. Here it is written that the semantic model, like bracket may in bracket data set. So can we call it data flow also?
No.
Data flows is another thing.
Data flow is something that says how your data is flowing,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Okay, that is something. Just like you have created the data flow inside the fabric, right? So what it does, it takes the data from the source, from the gold table or from the silver table, whatever, and then it transform it. Whatever you need to transform, you transform it, and then you push it to the further tables. So your data is moving right from the source to the destination with some
Okay.
of the transformation. So your data is flowing, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that is
so
called, yeah, yeah, please.
which data is stored in cloud?
Mhm.
Uh, Only that data called the data semantic model. You mean?
See, semantic model actually has, okay, let me just show you something. Maybe I can just draw something for you here. Here as well I can just draw. Or let me just have a word, right? I can tell you one thing. You know the schema, right? You understand
Yeah.
schema?
Yes.
Nitesh,
Yes, sir.
you understand the schema, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So inside the schema, what we have? Come on.
We have tables like
Just
fact tables, dimension tables.
okay. So we have fact tables,
Yes.
and these are connected with whom?
Dimension tables.
Dimension tables. I will say dim.
Yeah.
I will say dim, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will say dim table, right? So these are table actually. Dim table, dim table, dim table like that. Okay. Now this is called a schema, right? That is called a star schema. If I also include here what? The measures. Yeah, the measures. Maybe more measures, right? So here, what you have? You have tables. You have a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. You have one-to-many relationship, correct?
Yeah.
You have measures. So one thing table, second one thing is relationship, third one thing is measures or calculated column you can have. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if I just show you here, come on here, it contains tables. Yeah, it contains relationship, it contains measures, and it contains hierarchies and formatting also. How your number are formatted or you have data is formatted. The transformation also, right? You can say correct. Yeah. So all those, I mean to say also, if I say okay, you have some transformation also maybe. So what you do, you first you create the fact data, right?
Yeah.
Then create dimension data, or I can say pull the dimension tables. So you pull fact table, you pull dimension table, correct?
Yes.
Then what you do, create
Relationship.
relationship between them,
Fact and dimension.
between them. Yeah. Then probably you create or perform transformation. Okay, you can say before creating the relationship you can perform the transformation. So this can be swap, right? It can be here, right? So
Yeah.
perform the transformation, then you create the relationship in the model, and then you create some DAX calculation, DAX calculated column or measures, right? You create column, you create measures. All these things when combined each other, this is creating a semantic model.
Okay.
So
Okay.
inside your semantic model, you have all of the logics implemented. So first thing, you have the tables that can be fact and dimension. Second thing, you will be having the transformation on the fact or dimension, whatever is needed as per the business logics or business requirement, right? Third thing, you have the relationship between the fact and the dimension. The fourth thing, you can have the calculated column inside the tables. And the fifth thing, you can have the measures there. Yeah, so there can be 5 different things you can have there inside the semantic model. Whereas in the schema, you can have only 2 things. One is fact table, second one is dimension table. Did you understand?
Yeah. Clearly.
Yeah,
Understood.
Nitesh? Nitesh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
any question?
No, sir.
Let me just close it, right? Come on. Okay, so Subhash,
Yeah.
any further question?
No, no, no.
Is it
Understood.
clear?
Yeah.
So if someone asks you that what is the difference between data flow and the semantic model, you will be able to make them understand. Yeah, data flow where we are moving the data with the transformation from source to the destination.
Okay.
Semantic model is a combination of tables, relationship, business logics, that we say transformation, right?
Okay.
And the DAX functions, you can say calculated column and the measures, right? Yeah.
Like data for ready to reporting.
Yes. So your semantic model is the last, I can say, shape of your data. Now you can directly use inside the visuals.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood.
Okay. So you know the relationship, right?
Yeah.
You know the cardinality. Yeah? How many rows matches to each sides? So I told you that one to many, that is recommended, right? So it should be always from dim to fact table.
Yeah.
Yeah? Filter direction, I told you that it should be from fact to dim table. So it is written there from the dimension down to the fact, right? Okay.
So it's same, na?
Sorry, say again.
It's same, na? Like cardinality. Here
Yeah.
the data flows
See,
to
generally
dimension
we
to
do not
fact.
say, yeah, okay. The cardinality means how you connect your relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. One to many, many to one, how you connect
Yeah.
it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There are four type of cardinality, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now we are moving towards the understanding the DAX. Yeah.
Okay.
So DAX is helping in two different ways. One, it is creating the measures on the fly, right? So measures are actually a formula, just like your VLOOKUP formula in Excel or any other formula, just like sum or average. You are not going to write the whole formula logic, right? You just use the formula. Just like if I say, okay, I need to sum of two values. So what I type, we just type sum and then value 1 and value 2, correct?
Yes.
Nitesh,
Sir,
yeah, tell me.
sir, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. I was just saying that, see, there is a measure, yeah,
Yeah,
and there is a calculated column, right? So DAX is helping in both the way.
yeah.
So if I say about the difference, so what do you say about the measures?
Sir, memory allocation
Exactly, yeah. Whereas calculated column,
takes the most memory compared to the measures. Basically, they don't take the measure, don't take the as memory, and the calculated column we have to create a whole column, so it takes more memory. It is the faster execution as compared to the calculate column.
exactly. So measure is much faster because measures are working on the fly. So just like, if I say, oh, it's not working. If I say about the sum function, right? So when you are using it, are you writing the definition of sum function? When if okay, if I say, okay, I need, let's say I need sum of 2 comma 2, the answer would be 4, correct? So are we writing 2 plus 2 here, or 2 plus 1, sorry, 2 plus 2 here, or we are writing a definition of the function? No, we are just using it. So measure is something like the sum function, or it's a formula that is working on the fly. So when you use it, then it use the memory. When you do not use it, it is just residing. Just like a virus, right? You know the virus, correct? When it is in the correct environment, then it activates. So measures are something which is only using the memory when it working. Yeah. Whereas calculated column are using your space. So it is associated with the raw data. So if I say, okay, you have, let's say that you have a table and there is a column, right? There are several columns, right? And you want to create a new column here, a new column. Then it will be working for all the rows, correct? So it is taking the space. So it is increasing your data model size. Hitesh, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, sir, correct.
Yeah. Subhash?
Yeah, it is right.
Yeah. Okay. So see, guys, I will share this PDF with you. If you want to read it, you can read it one line by line. However, I'm not here to read the PDF line by line. I can just make you understand, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So it's just an example, right? It is not only the we are going to create, but only remember how we write the, what is the syntax of the text. Just understand. Whenever you have, single word table, then you can directly write the table name. So just focus on the table name. So here, if you see, this is the table name, right? Why is so this is actually table name. This is table, and this is the column inside the table. Yeah. Now, when your table has single word, then it is written like this. Yeah. But when you have your table with two words, let's say it's written like this, fact table, then it will be in single quote. This is the way of writing the syntax. And rest similar. I mean to say here you will be having the column name. Correct? Here. Maybe column 1 or something like that. Correct? Clear? Nitesh? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's easy to understand. So we are not going inside these, measures actually, but yes, you understand that how you can create that. So if you want to create a measure that can take the sum of the, column, you can. So in Excel, we were working on the row by row. Here we work on the column. So we just have to provide the column name here. Right? Yeah. Okay, guys. So now, never start with the chart, right? Start with the business question. So generally what happens when we are working on the Power BI, creating the report or the dashboard. Okay, I will come on the difference between the dashboard and the report. So when we creating any, a report or dashboard, what we do generally, whenever we have any requirement, we directly start working with the charts, right? We just directly pulling the charts, maybe the column chart, bar chart, pie chart, line chart, whatever, right? We're just pulling that. Before that, we should understand the business requirement, what exactly they want to see, and then decide which chart is more appropriate for that requirement. Yeah. So for example, we are working on the sales data, right? Just say about sales by country. So which chart will be appropriate? Can you tell me? Nitesh?
Bar.
Yeah,
Column.
bar chart or column chart, both can work. Yeah,
Yes.
it depends. If you see, if bar chart will be more appropriate, I can say. Why? Because bar can show you the things vertically, right? Yeah, and you can have the full name of the country on the left hand side of the bar, correct? Whereas in the column, it will be on the x-axis in the bottom, and that can skew the name of the country, correct? Yeah. So
Yes.
bar will be more appropriate, but yes, bar or column either can be used. Now, if I say about the growth or about the trend, then you should use the line chart. If you see, just go back to the cricket match. You watch the cricket match, right? Do you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So when they are showing you, the one team is changing the other team, right? You will see they are using the line chart. Have you seen that, guys?
Yes, sir.
When other team is playing, you will see they are using the line chart to show you the how the team is changing, right? Okay.
Yes.
And when a batsman is playing, they are also showing you the source of the number. I mean to say the scorecard, right? How it is increasing. So if I say okay, offside, leg side, middle, so they are using the pie there, right? So that means distribution. So when I say about the distribution, then you will use the pie chart, correct? Pie chart or donut chart. If I say about the trend, you should use the line chart. If I say about the comparison between the the dimensions, then you use the bar chart or the column chart. Yeah. And if you want to show the exact row level data, then you will use the matrix table or the table. Right? Again, if you want to show the overall performance, just like let's say I want to show the total number of completed account, then it's a single scalar value. Scalar means a single value. Then you should use the KPI card, right? Yeah, or card or KPI card. We also have card there. We have also have KPI card there. And if you want to provide the filter to the customer, they can filter the data over the different dimensions, maybe date, maybe year, maybe month, or maybe any other of dimensions, right? So just like product or country or company, so you can also use the slices there. So there are many visuals. We do not have only 6 visuals. There are many visuals. Yeah, but only the concept is that how you use the visuals in which cases, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So always remember these, these basic, I can say thumb rule, that okay, do not go for the, I've seen that people are creating the dashboard or report, that looks very jazzy, right? Many colors are included there, and you can say they are using too many charts or too many pie donut. Guys, end user do not want those things. They want their numbers. Understand? If your business user says, okay, I want this metric to be calculated and it should show me the latest information or the performance, right? So they are more concerned towards their performance, not their visual, not your visualization patterns, right? So always your visualization should be the visualization which be good for the eyes, right? So if I see something, it should not create any irritation to me. Just like we say, okay, there are a lot of things, right? We are struggling to find the correct things there. So it should not like that. It should be simple, clear, and clean. Correct, guys? Yeah. So you can read it later. Now, so first thing, reports should be easy to read. Now, it should be easy to understand. It should solve the business requirement easily. So instead of creating the jazzy report, focus on the requirements. Yeah? User will be more happy if your report is serving their requirement. Yes, if your report is serving the requirement and you are creating the report that is more user friendly, then they will be more than happy. They never bother about the format or the visualization patterns, right? How you make it more color, more jazzy, more eye attractive. No, they do not want that. Okay, guys. So now publish, refresh, and share. So as we discussed, we will create the report in the desktop. Yeah. Then we will publish to the workspace in the services. Okay. You can also create the app there, and that app can have different source of the reports there. So in my previous organization in SCL itself, what happened? There was around 5 or 6 reports which we had created for a domain, right? The SAP domain was there, and every time they have to find the reports. First they have to find the report A, then B, then C, then D, like that. So they have to open all the reports and then to see the required metrics there. They're struggling to find the report, right? So what I have done, I had created an app there. That app is a combination of all the reports. So they don't have to search the report one by one. They just open the app and all the reports are there. Correct? You can also do that. You can secure the report with the RLS. Yeah, it depends who is responsible for the data. So who is, who should have the access to see the data and who should not, right? Okay. Okay, so let's recap the session. Yeah. So first thing, we understood the semantic model. We also understood about the star schema. We know the workspace. We understood about the DAX, how it's helping. Guys, three things we use while we are working in the Power BI. We use the DAX in the three different area. One is to create the calculated column. Second one is to create the calculated table also. So sometimes it is needed. Recently, I'm working on a project where I need a calculated column also, because I need to show a table visualization and also a trend over the column chart. Uh, Not the column chart; it's a line chart actually. Yeah, and also the comparison in the column chart for different weeks and the months. So we need a different calculated column there, and we also use in the measures as well, right? Okay, we also understand about the difference between the import, direct query, live, and the direct click. Yeah, and we also understood about the RLS. So RLS is something that is row level security. How we implement it, we will see in the Power BI. Correct, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So till now, you have got the map how the things are there in the Power BI. Yeah. Further, we are going to work on the Power BI. Correct. So this PDF I will share with you.
Yeah.
Okay. And who else join?
Sir, I have a question.
Yep.
It's a kind of a means real life scenario. Suppose I have a column in a Power BI and I want to filter only that column. Suppose I don't want in that column the repetitive values. So can I means or I don't want to affect other rows also. So can I create it that column in Power BI?
Okay. Let me just heading my words there, right? Okay. So you say you have a data model, right?
Yeah,
Let's say table, right? And inside table you have many columns, right?
yeah.
And you want to create a new column there, or it is
Suppose
already there.
it is already there. Suppose it is already there.
It is already there, and you want to filter the data on that column only.
Yeah, I don't want any repetition value in that column. But I also don't want to affect other columns because in
Okay.
Power BI it is generally is that if we filter the unique values, it will reduce the number of rows.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
if you take the unique values, what will happen? It will remove the duplicates, right?
yeah,
And when will it remove the duplicates, it will remove the other rows
other,
from the data,
yeah,
right? And you do not want that.
yeah.
So what is the purpose to do that? The report.
So, it is that in that report there is a site ID. Okay, inside the site ID there is like suppose there like this is a Nokia terms that there is a site ID and the site ID is repeating. Suppose 1234 1234.
Okay.
Inside that site ID there is a SMP site module package, but the user wants that if inside the site ID there is only one SMP, so he want to see only the one SMP inside that side, not the repetitive value, because it is the nature of the Power BI that it fills the if we grouping on the basis of site ID, so SMP will automatically fetch in the second row also.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
It
but
will. It
but
will.
but 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 the user want that he doesn't want to be the second repetition value in that SMP.
Okay. So now my other question is that how you want to present it? Is that you want to present in the table visual, or you want to present in the column or chart, column chart, or somewhere else?
Basically, they want to see in Excel, but we have to filter it inside the Power BI in page because of
See, why I'm asking that? Just understand.
yeah,
See, there are two
in
ways, right?
table format, sir. For it should be in a table format like inside the Excel.
Okay, so in that case, if I say about in the table format, right?
Hmm.
So if you are taking that, so in the table format, they want to see one site ID in one row, right?
Yeah,
That site ID should not be duplicated in the data. So
Site ID can be duplicated. Suppose 1234 1234, but in the second column, suppose there is a data coming XYZ, because in the suppose in their database that data XYZ is coming only once in the site ID. Means inside the site id there can be multiple smp, but that smp is repeating only one. But we have created the support wp4 column, we have created a wp4 column, but inside that wp4 the database has only one data. But because of
okay,
the nature of the
hold on, just do one thing. Just do one thing. Let me just open the Excel
yeah,
and guide me the data format, right? Let me just see that. Then I can guide you proper, right?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. So let's say that you are saying, let's say in the first column, what we have?
a
Site ID.
site id.
Okay. Let's say we have site ID. Okay. Let's say one. Just take an example. Yeah.
One two, yes.
Let's say 1 2 3. Is that unique or it has a duplicates?
It can be duplicated because it
And
can be repeated because there have
something like that, right? Let's say.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now tell me the other column.
Suppose x, but yeah, you can name it as your
Anything.
wish. So cook anything like
Let's say column
let's say
one. Okay. Just say
okay.
column one. What is
Yeah.
had? Okay.
But suppose inside the site id this column has in the database only one data.
It has
Suppose
a value, right? X.
x, but the nature of the power bi is that it will fill also the second one x.
No, just hold on. It also has X.
Yeah,
It's just like it's the
yeah,
same way. Okay.
yeah, but in the database there is only one data for this site id.
Just hold on. Let me
As far
just
as
design it and then I can tell you. Okay. So now is that the correct way of?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now when you say okay, when I pull only site ID one, it
Mm.
pulls both the data. Is
It
that
pulls both the data, but they want to see only x in any column, in any row.
so?
They
Do
don't
you
want to.
also have other columns that have different values for this data?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So in that case, and if you want to show only these column or all the data to the
No,
customer.
means suppose there is a seven rows as you,
Okay.
in your speech.
Let's say
I,
column two,
the you yeah,
column three,
yeah.
column four. Let's say like that. Okay. Now we
The,
have that. Okay.
they want to see only the seven rows. That is the scenario. But in the column one, they don't want to see the x x y y z z z. Means they want to see only one data that is could be x y z, but it shouldn't be. It should not repeat.
And they do not want to see the other columns data.
They also want to see the other column data.
So in that case, you are removing the one of the row, right?
Yeah, but also I don't want to remove that other rows.
One. Okay. I'm just
I
trying
want
to
to see
understand.
in
See,
column one. I want to see
one
only the
side.
unique
See,
value.
one side you say you want to remove the rows. You just want to show them unique, right?
No, no, I don't want to. I don't want to remove the rows. I want to in column one. I want to see only the unique values like x. Suppose for site ID one, the x can be anywhere in the second row, in the first row.
You are
It
saying
doesn't.
something like
It,
this. You are
yeah.
saying something like this.
No, site ID should be one. The column one should be x in anywhere in the row two or row three. It doesn't matter.
So you okay. So you want to remove one of the data, right?
Yeah,
Is
one
that
of the data. Yes, yes.
like this, like
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
and like this, something like
yeah.
this?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to see here. Okay. But the problem is that you also want to, so you want to show them in the table format.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because if I remove the duplicates, it will remove the
Other
duplicate
columns,
rows, right?
other rows also.
It will be removed. And if I, hmm,
We can create a calculated column, separate calculated table.
See, I'm thinking on the same way, but I'm just thinking about the logic, because what it needed here, you need, you know,
I
the
als-
all
I
the
achieved
column,
it.
all the
I
columns in
achieved.
the same way,
Mhm.
all the columns as is, right? You want all the column as is, but for see, it can be not two rows, it can be many rows, right? It can be one, 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 like, and can be
Mhm.
x, 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 like, but you need only one x.
Yeah.
The rest of the x should be removed.
Yeah.
Correct, Hitesh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes, sir.
So that is okay. We can create the calculated column, but before that, what we need here, can we join them? Because see what is happening here. Uh, just understand, right? Let's say that we have x here. Just make a logic there, right? Let's say it's x and 2 is also y. Then we have z. Okay. So if I just say you that you should create another table, something like this, okay, and then you should remove the duplicates from there. Just understand, okay? We are just trying to
Mhm.
create a logic, right? Come on. Okay, that is there. I'm sorry. So just remove the duplicates. Now what we have? We have xyz. Right? Now if I say this is one table, right? This is
Mhm.
one table, and this is another table that only has a row. Yeah? So if I join back this table to this table and pull all the rows from here for each of the value here, what will happen? It will join like this. Let me just show you.
But it also repeat, na, sir,
Yeah,
when.
yeah. You understood, but we have to remove that column from there, right? So it will have only one column here, and second will be blank. See, it will fill like this. Just if I join it, let's say that okay, you have this column, right? That we're joining, right? So I'm just pulling this column here, right? Just understand. Yeah. So I'm just removing that and just removing that. For this x, it will be pulling all those 2x and other columns as well here, right? When you join it, correct? This is the way.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then for y, I'm sorry, come on. For y, it will take y here, and whatever is coming for y, right? It will pull all those from there, right? Like it will pull like this one, and then it will pull like this one here. And then for z, again, it will do the same thing. So post that, you have to remove this column. No, you have to delete this column, exactly, not remove. You have to delete this column. So you will
Mhm.
have column 1 as an xyz only and all the respective data there. That
Okay.
can solve your problem. So you have to join it. Getting a point?
Okay.
You can do one thing. You can try in SQL also. It's very
No, no, sir.
easy.
Actually, I have achieved it, but through paginated. What I've done is that I've sorted this column
Hmm.
and write a query inside that if we see the previous value repeating, remove
Okay,
it.
okay, okay. Now that is okay. That is okay. That is you have done inside the SQL.
No, no, it's inside the paginated.
Okay, inside the paginated report. Okay, so that is okay. But you are saying about the Power BI, right?
Power BI. How can I achieve inside the Power BI?
Okay, so there I will say join it back. So when you will join it back, it will only pull all the all the rows related to the this rows, right? So if I say it is this, and then it will relate all the pull all the rows. Yeah, and it should not show here any value, because it is the original column that is coming from the
Okay.
table, or maybe it's a left table, right? You can say left table, it's a right table. Yeah. So if you left join, then it will see this data in the entire data of this table, and then whatever is matching, it will pull here, right? Because join or merge always works on the right hand side. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it should showing this, and then you can remove this column from the final data, right? And then you will be having the required data as well. So that is the way which I can tell you as of now. Yeah. If you
Okay.
find a better way, please discuss also, so that me and
No, no,
all.
sir. I'm not. not able to find a better way. That's why I ask you, how can we achieve inside the Power BI?
Yeah, because rest, if we want to remove something or add something, it will not work, right?
No, but they don't want to, add or subtract. They just want the adding a unique value in that column.
Yeah. So just try it. If you're still struggling, then let me know. We can try or fix, it, or we try another way around. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that is the simplest way which I understand right now. Yeah. We do those things in SQL also.
So, but can we write that DAX like we written in the inside the page generator? Can we write that DAX inside the Power BI? Like if we see the previous value repeating, just delete it.
See, again, I will say either you have to create the tables inside the measure, but
Mm-hmm.
the problem is that until unless you have the visible data, it will not remove that, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem again is that the data should be there, right? So if you create another table, then again, I don't know. I'm not sure on that it will work with the DAX, because I'm struggling to understand how it will, perform behind the scene. If you write any DAX, right, that will delete the data,
Mm-hmm.
or probably you are creating a new column on that, right? Correct? Yeah. So if that data is shuffled, right? My question is that if data is shuffled, see in the situation where you are sorting data, right? Let's say XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
If that is coming in the same order, right, then it's okay. That will work. But if your data is shuffled, let's say that your X row is coming on the top and your Z column or Y row is coming in the between or somewhere else. I'm saying like this. Just understand like this. This situation. When the situation is this, then there is a problem, because when you implement the logic of previous and next, it will see, if you just come here, it will see if previous value is Y, then delete this Y or something else, right? Or some similar to this. What will happen when I say this one, right? Yeah, it will not delete this one, it will not delete this one, because it does not find the previous value as a Y or next value as a Y. And here the similar situation, and for Z also. So it will delete the X because it is finding the previous X or
Mm-hmm.
the next X, but it will not delete these one. So your purpose will be solved for this one, but not this one. Yeah. So you are correct that you are sorting the data first and then you are doing it.
Yeah.
But sorting the data, I'm not sure that how much it is impactful, right? Maybe if it is not sorted correctly in any case of time, right, in any point of time, it is not sorted correctly, what will happen, it will not remove the duplicates.
Mm. Okay.
So that is not as foolproof plan as I told you here, right? Because
Mm.
that is gonna work, I know it. Yeah. But this way it is, if it is not sorted, your backbone is the sorting, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If I unsort it, your logic will not work, it will fail.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
you have to create a logic to scan the whole data, whole the
Yeah.
column. If it is find somewhere, just delete it.
Delete it.
Yeah? But or you pick up the unique value.
Yeah.
The problem is that will that pick up the X for the X? Yeah. I'm going to say, let's say it's pick up the Y, right? And if I say, okay, just just scan the whole column for the Y, and if you find this is the Y, should it delete first, or should it remain here, or if it find many Y's, it should show me only one Y here, and that should be equal to this Y. Getting the point? Are you getting the logic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can try that, but I'm not sure that that logic going to work, right? Because I have not tried this logic. I can just think that, okay, if we take any of the value, I just take this value, scan the whole column. If this value is anywhere in this, if it is more than one or it is one, just take only one value here. Yeah? And also you have to think about this. Now it will again go for this and again scan that. Yeah. And it also has to consider this column as well. So it will create a redundancy, a cyclic redundancy itself. Getting point? Because it also
Yes.
has to scan itself as well, whether it already has taken X or not, this column. If it has that X, it should not show anything here. Then it should move for the next one. It is similar to the programming, right? Something like that. And formula or function maybe create the cyclic redundancy error. Okay. So you can try, if you want to try, you can try it, but I'm not sure the easiest and simplest way is this one, which I just understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, guys, this is an open forum. So if any one of you think that, okay, you have better idea to crack this logic, please share this on the group or maybe in front of us, so that if you or anyone else is facing the same scenario in the future, at least they can have the idea, right? And further they can implement it. Yeah. I always welcome and appreciate if you have a new idea or anything to crack, right? Okay, guys. Okay. So anything else? Any other question? Nitesh, please try this, what I have suggested, and
Okay,
let
sir.
me know you are able to do it or not. Please let me know. Do not leave it.
Okay.
Because what is happening, whenever we have a question, right, we should definitely solve it, right? So if you successful doing this, please confirm me that, okay, we have achieved the solution. If you are still having the problem, or it works weird, please let me know that, okay, it is not working,
Okay, sir.
so that I can brainstorm on that, and probably I can go ahead and create a new logic on that. Yeah.
Okay,
See,
sir.
I do not want to create a lengthy logic on that, right?
No.
Otherwise, what will happen? It will take time, and if something else happened, it will break down. Yeah. So I want a simple and small logic. Yeah. So just try it and let me know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sure.
Okay, guys. So we end up with this, theory class today, and to install the Power BI on your system, or on your laptop or desktop, please go to the Microsoft website and download the Power BI desktop application. Right, it shows me that update is available. So whenever it is available, you can also go there. If I can just show you. So when go to the Power BI site, it will show you, okay, and there will be a download option. You can just download it. Yeah, it will show like this. If you want, I can share this link with you. Do you need this link, guys? Anyone?
I have Power BI.
Sorry.
I have.
Okay, so just download the latest version and update your Power BI, because almost, okay, it just says me to go to the, okay, I will not go here. I will just go to the advanced option and download the exe file, the executable file. Yeah. And rest I will update this later in the day. Okay, so now here in the Power BI, this is the Power BI desktop UI. You already familiar with it. It is not a new thing for you who are working on the Power BI. Yeah. On the top of the Power BI desktop window, you can see we have the search. Yeah, we have the search here. If you can see, you can see it, guys, right? On the right hand, you will see who is signed in, and you can see the profile there. Yeah. And if you click, okay, and then we have some buttons there, and then underneath that, We have the ribbon similar to the Excel application. Yeah. Home ribbon can have many options. So we have home, insert, modeling, view, optimize, and help, right? Okay, then we have, you know, on the left hand side, we have the vertical, I can say, pane here, which has many options like report view, table view, modeling view. Then there is a text query view, and then there is a TML, right? TMDL. We will also learn a little bit about those, right? Then we have the canvas here. On the bottom left, you will see there is an option of desktop and then mobile, and then we have the page 1, 2, 3. You can just click on click plus, and it will add more pages there. In between, you have the canvas where you will design your report page. Okay. On the right hand side, you will have the section there or pane there. So it is filter by default, filter pane is enabled. Yeah. And we have the visualization pane, we have the data pane. So whenever you're pulling any data or any, pulling anything from any of the database, you will see here the tables, right? And you should also focus on the icon of the tables. So if it is a measure table or it's a data table, you will see. When you create the measures, you should group the measures inside a folder, so it will be organized, more organized, and whenever you need to find it in the future, you can easily find it, right? Here in the visualization pane, you will see different visualizations are available. If you need more visualization, you can click on these three dots and get more visuals. So it will take you through inside the marketplace where you will see more visuals, right? So I've just clicked and it is just loading, right? So it's a first time loading, so it's taking time, and there are many visuals. So sometimes it's just like, for example, I need a search box here, so I can just type search and it shows me text filter. So when I create the text visual, table visual, I also provide this text filter or search box top of the table visual, similar to this, just like filter or search here, similar to this. So if anyone wants to search any ID or whatever is the data point, they can just search it here, right? So it will be easy for user to search the specific data, right? So that is the marketplace. And then when you pull any visual, you will see here the field related to the visual, and also here we will having the format. So as of now, because we do not have any of the visual used, it is just showing the format for the report. So here we have the format of the report where we have different formats like page information, canvas setting. If you want to add any page or any background image on your report, you can go ahead and add that. So if I just add something, let's say just in that, okay, anything, yeah. And here when you add, it will show you the image fit, so it will be, and here the transparency, right? So if you make it full transparent, then it will not be visible, and if you can make like this or something like that. So here it says fit, so you can fit it, stretch it, it depends on your image, how you want to fit it, right? And once you have any of the visual there, you have pulled any visual, sorry, now you will see that format has been changed for the visual. So you will see different options for the visual format, and then you also have something called lens that will actually add the average or a line. Sometimes when we are creating the line chart or something, we want to show the average line, so you can go here and add those additional things. We will see further. Yeah, and we have these column, and here on the down we have the drill through fields here. So there are two things, one is drill through and second one is drill down. So if you want to go downwards to the hierarchy, just like let's say we are showing data over the years and want to give the control to the user to down to the months and the weeks, yeah, so you can use the same, just like you have year, then you have month, then you have week, something like that in the x-axis or the main axis, and then it will be a drill down or drill up. Now, other way is that sometimes we need to create other pages, just like let's say we have this page, but we want to give the user to the give the control to the user. Right click and drill through to the page, just like let's say this column is showing us the value of the June month, and we want to see the entire June month's data. So just nowadays you do not have to right click. If you over the mouse, it will automatically show you that drill through, and you can configure that drill through page, right? And it will take you to that page directly. So it is just a navigation from here to there with the filter, right? So we will also see those in while creating the report. Yeah. And also let me just remove that. Okay, guys, whenever you are creating the report, you should understand there is a business practices, or you can say best practices to create the report. Your report should always have the cover page or the title page. It is not directly a report, right? So whenever someone opens the report, I will show you the real-time report, right? So when someone opens the report, you can see it, right? And uh, they can see the cover page, what this report is, and then on the next page you will have the business logics page, where you have applied the business logics. The metric definition page should be there. So I generally create metric definition and business logic page, which actually shows us that what calculation we have used and what are the metrics we are using here in the report, so for the user to understand what is being calculated and how it is being calculated. And then from the third page we have the summary, and then we have the several pages, and at the last we have the details page, where we have the raw data export page, right? So customer can go ahead and export the raw data from there. So this way we create the report, right? And everything should be commented. I want to say, when you are creating the measures, or when you are creating any query in SQL, or writing any views, anything, it should be proper commented, right? It should be commented that what is that, what purpose it is solving, and who is creating, who has modified, when it was created. So it should be having all those in required information in the comments. Whether it is a measure or it is a query, you should comment all those things. That is a best practice point of view, right? And so we will be having many of the things. When you pull any data, it goes first to the Power Query editor, and then it comes inside the data model. Yeah. So if I just go to the add to the data, so if I say, okay, in my Fabric environment we have the sales table and the fact table, we can go ahead from the one lake catalog and to the warehouse, and it will show you all the warehouse and the lake house. Just click on the your warehouse and click on connect. As of now, I'm not creating any table, so it says, okay, create a semantic model. So I'm going to give a proper name to the semantic model. So let's say it's a sales uh, sales performance. Yeah, just like sales performance. Yeah. And it is will be available inside the Fabric capacity. This is the capacity which we are using right now. All these are the tables, right? We can just pull all the tables there inside the Power BI. Now it will be creating the semantic model, and then it will pull those inside the Power Query editor. So guys, we are just
Yeah,
understanding. Yeah, please.
yeah. Please tell.
You are saying something.
No, no, no. No, I'm not saying
Okay,
something.
that's okay. Yeah. So you can see this is the model, right? Which has to be no, correct. I mean to say, now you have going to create the model actually. So these are the table. Now you should further create the connection or cardinality between them, right? So just like we have the customer ID. So where is my fact? This is my fact. This all these are actually the dimension tables. So you should connect dimensions tables, and we should also have the dim date table. Okay, if it is not there, we should create it. It is already there, right? Dim date. Okay, dim product. Okay, this is dim date. Sorry, this is dim date. I'm sorry. Yeah, so you should connect all these. So if I say, okay, this is the order date and this is the order date, so my fact table should be connected with the dim date with the help of the order date. So you just drag and drop there. So it will create the connection, right? It says many to one, many it says from the sales, and uh, one says to dim table, right? And then click on save. Further, you will create the connection between the other dimension table, just like product code, and here we have the product code. Just drag and drop and create the. Always see this one. If it shows many to many, hold on and just try to fix that, right? So that it should be one to many or many to one. If you take the dim product here, then it will be many to one. We have just dragging from the fact to the dimension. That's why it's showing many to one, right? That's okay. Yeah. So if you see the direction, it's showing from dimension to the fact, right? And same will go here. Yeah. Customer ID right here. Now it's showing one to many because we have just dragged from the customer to the fact. Yeah. So this is the modeling which we have done it. Yeah. Just save it, right? Okay. Come on. Just save. Okay, that we have already saved it inside the fabric, right? So you should see that semantic model there. Let me just go back to the workspace. Try to see the semantic model there. We have not created the semantic model here. It is created inside the workspace. So it should be somewhere in the workspace. Yeah. So if you see sales performance, this is a semantic model that we have used. Now you can directly use this model inside your Power BI by using the live connection, right? Correct? Guys, any question till now?
No, it's okay. Now.
Yeah. So that's it for today, guys. We are already 9:10 here. Till now, we have just created the semantic model. Now we will be going to use the semantic model and we will start building the reports. And before that, I will show you the real-time reports in my organization. So I will show you something in the next session. We will see what is the best practices and what is the exact process when we start building up the reports. And before we end up the session, let me just explain one thing: the difference between the dashboard and the report. Nitesh, I wanted to hear from you. What do you think about this? Nitesh is not there. Okay. Sahabi Alam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the difference between reports and the dashboard? Just in simple language, right? A simple language.
Reports is like our semantic model data that we upload in Power BI.
Okay, just understand that I do not understand the Power BI. I do not know the semantic model. I never have seen the Power BI services.
The
I just heard from
report
somewhere.
is report is the clean transformed data as like gold data.
No, please do not say like this, okay?
Okay.
Because you are saying like a technical person, right? And person who is sitting in front of you or who is new to the environment, he does not understand the goal layer, the semantic model,
Okay. So
all those
report is a basically raw data in Excel, not Excel in a table format actually.
things. Come on, say in the simple language. Say just understand. Okay, you are going somewhere. Somebody just connected with you, and he even does not know you, right? He does not know anything. He's not from the IT background, right? Or he does not. He's not from technical background. So he just heard from somewhere that okay, we create the reports and we create the dashboard. He's just curious to understand what is difference between them, why we create those, how you are going to answer the question. It's easy,
So
man. It's easy. It's easy.
report is simple which contain the information
Hmm?
in row column
No.
li- like business unit, sales, and all data with proper format. And the dashboard, based on that report, we create a dashboard to see the summarized view.
Okay.
Can I, Harish?
Yes, please go ahead.
We can say a report is a detailed multiple page document, which is we can say the Power BI document. It is the report. And where we have the single page uh, single page visual can say
Guys, I want you, all of you, to work on this question because I need a proper, delivery on this. This is a very common question. Yeah, I do not want you guys to learn or use the technical words. I want you guys to make the people understand in a simple way. I'm not going to give you the answer. It's very easy. I have given this answer at very initial stage, right? When we have started the learning the fabric. I have already given the answer, but
Okay,
now
sir. We will
this
find out it.
time this is your homework. You have to prepare
Sir,
the
I
answer for
know.
this question.
I, I know a difference.
Okay, how you explain this?
Report is like
sir, you
multi.
can stop the recording first, please.
Okay, okay, no worry. I'm going to stop the recording. Don't worry. Uh, because see, guys, this is also a part of your enhancement, right? You should enhance your personality, right? I will help you on that.